Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bandit's Den. I promised you guys at the end of the last video that this video I would talk about divination. And so here we go. I talked a lot of shit to people, and I was not very nice. I was an asshole to people that practiced divination in the past, and I regret it now because I practice divination myself, and I'm going to share my views of divination and its uses, my views of it. Now, all of you who do practice divination, try not to be offended that I have a totally different view than you probably do, but more try to find peace in the fact that I'm not a fucking asshole about it anymore. I'm totally fine with people practicing divination because I practice it myself, whether it's for different purposes than you or not. Doesn't really matter. At least I'm on your side now, right? Right, guys? I hope. Well, the first time I actually saw somebody practicing divination, it's my good friend, and this was when I was still an atheist. Well, actually, I was starting to find my way. I was starting to find my way into the world of spirituality, but I was still really fresh, really fucking new to it, really green. My friend, he was playing with tarot cards, and we worked at my old company together. He was playing with his tarot cards when we were going to the next job site in a bucket truck. And the card of death came up, and he freaked out and put his deck away and everything. I was like, what's the deal with that? He's like, oh, well, it's fine. It's fine. It could possibly, maybe somebody's not going to die, but maybe it could possibly mean, like a bad situation ending. Maybe, hopefully, I hope. I'm like, okay, all right. So that was my first in-person exposure to divination. And I actually just remembered it before starting to record this video. Well, the divination I practice is not tarot cards. I don't do tarot cards. I don't know if I could wrap my hands around a deck of tarot cards, and I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. What I do is something that's more traditional to my spiritual practices. I do rune casting and rune layouts. So what you do is you have a rune layout and you have a question, right? And you have a specific rune layout in mind, and you lay it out kind of like tarot cards. You lay it out, and each spot is a different answer to your question. It's a different part of the answer to your question, essentially. And rune casting is throwing them, which I don't do a whole lot of. I mostly do spreads, rune spreads, layouts, whatever. And, I personally don't believe, and it's fine if you do. It's fine if you do believe this, but I personally don't believe that there's some divine force influencing which rune goes where. I personally don't believe it. Like I said, it's fine if you believe that there's a divine force behind the runes or tarot cards laying them down in certain spots to tell you something. I personally believe that when I put these runes down, right, every rune has its own correspondence to various things, various connotations apply to each rune. And where they lay in your spread can mean different things. And since I don't believe there's a divine force making them lay in a certain spot, I believe that it's more the subconscious at work in conjunction with the runes and their connotations, their correspondences, helping you to look at your situation or whatever you have a question about more objectively. And it can help you bring up extra options of what to do in this situation or things that might happen that you need to be prepared for that you wouldn't have thought of otherwise. Just by bringing your mind out of itself, out of its own usual thinking, and interpreting what these runes mean in their place in the spread. And that's a lot like, to me, that's a lot like calling a friend. When you're in a predicament, you call a friend and ask their advice. Well, that friend isn't subjectively involved in whatever situation you're in. They don't have the emotions and energy invested into it like you do. And so oftentimes that friend can give you, if you're willing to listen, and if it's a friend you trust, their judgment, they can often give you a better option of what to do than you would have thought of. And I've done this many times since I found myself in October and September. I've done that a lot, and it's helped me out immensely. Calling a friend, it's like, who wants to be a millionaire? I phone a friend, and usually they'll have a better answer to my situation than I could have thought of. Runes are a lot like that. They will give you some objective answers to what you want to know about, and because they don't have all of your emotion and all of your energy that you have invested into the situation. They don't have that. It's a good objective source for possible suggestions. And you can go against them if you want, or you can listen to them. And it's a lot like horoscopes. When you look at horoscopes, they're extremely vague, and they can really apply to anybody, but usually they have good advice, just like fortune cookies. Fortune cookies are really vague. They could apply to anybody, and but they usually say some good shit. That's the way I look at it, is usually you could get something pretty good out of it. It might be vague and it could apply to anybody, but you're getting something out of it, and that's what's important. It can usually be pretty fucking helpful to you to have, even if it's not divinely influenced, to have an objective side in the discussion. That way you're not just playing badminton in your fucking head between one option and another, trying to figure out which of the two options, because the human mind likes to be organized. So it makes everything dualistic, and it makes everything black and white. Well, do I do this or do I not do this? Well, why don't you do something in between? The thing is, the human mind doesn't think like that. It's either act or react. It's never anything in between. And so that about concludes my thing on divination. I think it's a good thing. If you practice it and believe different things, I mean, I'll be accepting of your views for sure, because I can at least accept that it's a legitimate practice. And me personally, I might quite like paying somebody to do my tarot reading, just to see, whenever something comes up in my life, just to see how it all goes down and what kind of good advice I could get out of it. But anyways, to each their own as far as beliefs. and I'm not going to hate on anybody for their beliefs. I was just putting mine out there for anybody that's kind of wishy-washy about whether they should believe in it or not. Let me be your tarot cards or runes and tell you a halfway mark. Well, you don't have to believe that it's divinely influenced, but you can still believe in it. So, anyways, thanks for joining me on this Spiritual Endeavors video by Albuquerque Bandit. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I guess this is a shorter video than usual. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. But you guys keep seeking knowledge, and I wish you all the best in life. And until next time, peace.